At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
Local people. Local news and events. Local sports. Local matters. For all things Lloydminster area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Hey, welcome to Three Trees. It is great to be with you tonight as we broadcast from the Meet, Greet, and Fill the Seats event. More on that, of course, all night long, but it is a pleasure for us to be here partnering with the City of Lloydminster to bring you this special broadcast this evening to kick off what is a fundraising event for the City of Lloydminster and the Cenovus Hub. Now, the new Lloydminster Nissan is now open on Highway 17 South. That brand new location is open and ready to go. So drop in and say hi. Feel welcome to come in. I know there's construction in the parking lot still, but that won't stop you from coming in and having a look at some vehicles or stop you from talking to any of our friendly staff, or if you need service, we are there to help, and we are very excited to be open. Watch for our grand opening, but right now, hey, we are in the new building. It's May 13th, and we are excited to open the doors this morning at 9 a.m. And we've got some great deals going on right now as well, including $5,000 off a 2023 Armada and 2023 Rogues and Qashqais below cost. We also want to remind you to keep those nominations coming in for Feed the Farmer. We're excited to see Daryl and Lori Wright last Thursday. We'll announce another winner tomorrow to deliver a nice hot meal to, courtesy of Sobeys here in Lloydminster, Diamond 7 Meats, Richardson Pioneer, BASF, and Invigor, the Tent Guys, Superior Water, and Ag Land. Plus, keep those nominations coming because there are yet 2 draws for $500 of Diamond 7 Meats gift cards. Well, as I mentioned, this is the Eat, Greet, and Fill the Seats fundraising event here at Three Trees for the Cenovus Hub. Tonight, you're going to hear about the progress of the Cenovus Hub, possible events, fundraising, and sponsorship. And with that, we are going to throw it over to Todd Kirkpatrick, and you're going to hear him live as he addresses the audience here at Three Trees Tap and Grill.
Good evening, everyone. I'll get your attention. So here we are at Three Trees Restaurant, and we're also being broadcast live with Kurt Price on Facebook. It's kind of exciting. My name's Todd Kirkpatrick. I am the chairman of the Friends of Cenovus Energy Hub Committee. The committee was formed as the arena became a reality in order for some community members like myself to join with the city employees that would be planning and executing the building of the arena. And our committee's role has been to coordinate some of the sponsorship, but also now the fundraising. And that's part of what we're here with tonight. Some of the people on our board, there's myself, who's got feedback on the microphone, Brandy Schwenk, who couldn't be here tonight. A lot of what we're doing tonight is her work. Boyd Lang is here. He's a member of our committee. Hello, Boyd. There's Boyd. Councillor Diachuk serves on the committee. Councillor Diachuk is here. Dorothy Carson, I haven't seen tonight, but she is part of the committee. Don Bowie is here. He will be the manager of the arena through construction and once it opens. A lot of pressure and excitement with that, I can imagine. And also from the city, Joelle Turcott and Tracy Simpson are here tonight. So, like I described, the purpose of our committee is to have included some members of the public in order to fundraise and coordinate some of the sponsorship. And as well, we're always looking for new committee members because there's lots to do. So if anyone knows of someone that would be interested, by all means send them our way if you feel you have extra time and can help out. Thank you very much to Three Trees for hosting our event. This is an awesome venue for this. We should have a round of applause for the Three Trees people. Thank you so very much. Tonight we are launching our online donations website, where anyone can help donate to the project regardless of how much or how little you wish to donate. I'm told that already this evening people here have accessed this or through online, and we already have 5 donations. So one of the visions here was to make donation easy and seamless and kind of trackable in a digital age, and the city's done a wonderful job of facilitating that. So at each of your tables, you're going to find a postcard, and it's got a barcode on it. And if you scan the barcode, it leads you to the online donation portal. We're not asking people necessarily to donate large sums of money unless you want to, but please scan the card and see what it feels like to donate a few dollars at a time, or whatever it is as you go. It's very easy to do. Kurt Price is here tonight. Kurt will be here finding individuals to interview. He's going to talk to some of our committee, some of the people that are here, and explain to everyone how easy it is to donate and why each of us should. What we're going to do is not just donate, but also challenge your friends in the community via social media, however you wish to do it, to follow suit as a good community member and kind of give back in the way that we all kind of want to. If there's something you want to do, feel free to flag anyone down, and we can make sure you get interviewed with Kurt. It's kind of a rite of passage in Lloydminster. You're not a big deal unless you're on 1080 or FM or now Facebook with Kurt. First person who we'd like to introduce to speak, and someone who's done a lot of work on this, and I think we owe a lot to, is Mayor Albers.
Thanks very much, Todd. I'll try and figure out where I need to hang on to the mic. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here with us, and thanks for being with us live, Kurt. It's just an incredible experience to lead from the city and be part of the team of the council, as well as the administration, to get us to the point where we're at today with the Cenovus Energy Hub. I want to first say thank you to Cenovus for stepping forward to be that naming sponsor. Let's give them a round of applause, please. I want to give a big shout out to Jim here at Three Trees as he's headed back to the kitchen again, but that's terrific. But Jim and I were chatting earlier tonight, and he brought some things to my attention. I haven't lived here all my life like some people have in this room and others that are watching, but every facility in this community has been built with the community in mind, with the support of the community. He walked me back to Bud Miller Park. He walked me back to the Vic Juba. He walked me to the Service Sports Center and the BioClean Aquatic Center. Every one of those facilities, the community came together and supported the construction of each of those facilities for a portion of the cost. Some was borne by more government, sometimes less government, as we know these days from a provincial and federal level. But at the same token, taxpayers took a piece of it, and we got some great facilities. The Vic Juba is an example. It's untouchable in this area. Everyone is very, very proud of the Vic Juba. I can't say enough about it, but it was built because people helped support, create that theater and entertainment facility in our city. And the Cenovus Energy Hub isn't any different. It's not just a skating rink. It's not just an arena. It's a multitude of many different items to many people. And we look forward to seeing it used 365 days a year. And as it was joking, Garth Brooks will not likely perform in the Cenovus Energy Hub. But if his bus breaks down on his way from Saskatoon to Edmonton again, I'm sure the mechanics will have just one fee. Play us one concert, and we'll let you fix you up and move you down the road. So this is just an exciting evening. I hope people will get started and ask for your support and to reach out to others, to challenge some friends, some folks that you know, family, and let's make some memories for the generations to come, because this facility is going to serve a lot of generations of Lloydminster people and surrounding area. Thank you very much.
think it was a while ago, many months ago, last fall, summer, we were at Bud Miller Park announcing Cenovus's sponsorship of the arena. And at that time, we talked a lot about the connection between individual sponsorship and there's the corporate stuff, and we all get that, that's gonna happen. But like what I find is if the community partners like Cenovus feel that this is such a good idea and they put in the money that they have, I think you owe it as a community to donate what you can individually, and that's what tonight is all about. We've got really strong momentum with partnerships, the city's rolling out the next levels of sponsorship, and all the stories I hear are there's nothing but positive feedback, and the businesses that are getting involved see incredible value in getting involved in this. And again, that's why as an individual, we're going to be campaigning hard with our committee to make this a reality, that yeah, we're going to put local money into this and be really proud about that, because we owe it to ourselves and, as Mayor Albers described, the community project we've had in the past. And this is a special one. This is bigger and better than anything yet, and it's really exciting to see it go. The next people we're going to hear from, Tracy Simpson and Joelle Turcotte from the city, have some things to share with us.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming today. So my name is Tracy Simpson. I'm the Executive Manager for Community Services with the city and in charge of building the Cenovus Energy Hub. So we're going to do just a brief presentation today about the project, what we're building, how it's going. There we go. And then Joelle's going to chat a little bit about how you can get involved. So the Cenovus Energy Hub, as the mayor said, is not just a building, it's not just a skating rink, it's actually a vision for an entertainment district for Lloydminster. When we began working on the project, we saw as an anchor for future entertainment in our community. In the end, we're hoping that the district includes everything from recreation spaces like slow pitch diamonds, campgrounds, and an outdoor rink, as well as commercial space with retail units and a hotel. All right. The facility. Can we just move the table back? Here we go. Sorry about that. There we go. We're going to figure it out. So the design process included a detailed operational plan, and we looked at how could this building not just serve our community users, but be an economic driver for our community. And so we researched both sport and cultural events, and really tried to figure out what market we could bring to our community and design from there. Our market research shows that Alberta and Saskatchewan residents spend anywhere between $200 and $250 per day per trip, and we're hoping to see those kind of visitations in this facility. This is really annoying. So getting inside the building, the event arena has 250. I just don't know how to fix it. It sounds really bad. I can just yell. Sorry?
You could just talk.
Somebody talk in a lower voice? I don't think I can do that. So inside the building, can you hear me at the back? All right.
But you need to use the mic online. Yeah.
Sorry, online. Okay, so the main arena is going to be home to 4 of our major elite hockey teams here in town, the Bobcats, our Junior B Bandits, and our 2 AAA U18 hockey teams. They're each going to have their dedicated dressing rooms and be able to provide that elite experience for those athletes. 2,500 seats with the ability to expand. The facility is designed to add seats at one end of the bowl in the future and also expand seating on the concourse for those really big one-time events as needed. The event arena will also have premium suite options. So for those large events or even our local elite teams, you can have that premium experience in our facility every day. We see some great potential to bring some really exciting events to our community. About a month ago, we were at an event called the Canadian Sports Event Congress, where we get to meet and greet with national sport agencies. And we had some really positive conversations with Curling Canada about bringing us Scotties to our community and to this facility in the next few years. Beyond sporting events, we also see potential to bring things like concerts, expand our community powwow program, and other cultural events in the space. It's also going to be able to give sports like lacrosse and figure skating an opportunity to expand their sports into larger events and maybe even hosting some provincial level and national level tournaments. We're also super excited to have Co-op on board as our community arena partner. This space will have 500 seats and be home to our Lakeland Wrestlers female hockey team. They'll have their private dressing room on this side as well for their athletes, and the space will be a great addition to our community programming space for not just hockey, but figure skating, lacrosse, ball hockey, and everything else. All right. And then on the outside of the building, we have an outdoor rink. So this will be the first permanent, fully boarded outdoor rink in Lloydminster, and we're really excited to see it as an open, free play space for the community. Primarily won't be scheduled, and so it'll be a great place for kids to drop in and play shinny, to have a family skate, or maybe play some basketball in the summer. It will definitely be close enough to the building so you could utilize the amenities if you're looking for a snack or a warm place to go to the bathroom or put your skates on. It'll be just right next door, nice, easy, and close for families. In the space, we designed our concession in the middle of the concourse so it can serve both arenas. So it'll have food service and drink service if required on both sides. We also have a dedicated commercial kitchen in the ground floor where the food and beverage provider could cook for the suites or users or special events. So it's fully equipped to accommodate whatever we bring into the space. And then up on the event arena, we have 3 community meeting rooms. And so these spaces will be utilized by our user groups for team meetings, coaches sessions, scouting meetings, and they'll also be opened up to the community for any meeting that's required or looking for space to meet in a nice space. This looks like you can see out to the arena from here, but you won't be able to. These windows will go into like a hallway, and they'll have their private entrance, so they can be completely closed off from the arena if need be. We're also pretty proud of the fact that this building was designed with a fully inclusive and accessible lens. We worked with some really good partners at Inclusion Lloydminster, as well as a company called Level Up Playing Field, who helped us design a building that could be utilized by everyone. So we looked at the experience of both the athletes, how are they going to use the facility, who looked at the spectators and the staff to ensure that everybody could have a really good experience. We have opportunities for accessible seating and viewing on all levels, not just the ground floor. You can see it on the concourse floor, and even up in the premium suites, people with disabilities can enjoy spectating. We also designed to be para-hockey friendly. So we had some really great conversations with the National Women's Para-Hockey Association about what they look for when they want to bring their national level events to a community. And it's things like wheelchair storage for when they transition from a wheelchair to a sledge, and transitions into bathrooms that are nice and easy for people either using a cane, using a walker, or in a wheelchair. And we wanted to make sure that if they came to our community, which we're hoping they will, they'll feel welcome and they'll feel safe in our space. One of the things that I learned when we were talking to the para-hockey was you need to design your players' benches extra deep so that they could sit facing forwards in their sleds and see the hockey game. So we've done that, and we're really excited about it. So to round out the event district, we do have some commercial opportunities. We're working with our economic development team to sell some land to add up to 6 commercial retail units and a hotel right on site to really round out that experience for people. Now to the fun stuff, construction. So we broke ground last September, And our partners at PCL Construction have been busy at work. We worked on our site grading and prep. Since September, we've put all the piles in the ground, so 350 plus structural piles, and 186 concrete columns have gone in. We've been making lots of progress with the raker beams to create the bowl feeling in the facility, and in the next couple weeks we'll see some really cool stuff as the steel starts to arrive on site and starts to get installed. So we got this was taken just in April, so this is the most updated aerial shot. You can see the concourse is completely finished. That'll be the space where you walk around the event arena, look down onto the ice. You can start to see the shape of the playing surface down there and what that experience is going to be like. We've joked with PCL about starting a little lunchtime shinny game in the middle of that, but their safety team told us that's not appropriate, so I've stopped bringing it up. Just a couple more photos of construction. We've had a really great start to the project with PCL, and we were also pretty excited to have hired some local contractors on the project. So we have Precision Contracting, Rustway Construction, ASL Paving, Solid Earth Geotechnical Services, Windsor Plywood, and Midwest Flooring Coverings, all having contracts on the project, as well as many, many local suppliers contributing to the project. So we're really seeing some of our funding staying in the community. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Joel. He's going to talk. Nope, I have one more. Sorry, one more. So that event district and entertainment center that we've been talking about is going to be phased over the next few years. Right now we're projecting finishing phase kind of in 2035, and we will see how that plays out with priorities for the city, and hopefully some grant funding can come forward from our provincial partners to see slow pitch diamonds and a campground be added in the future. Now I get to turn it over to Joel. He's going to talk about how you can get involved. This is the last one.
Well, that's the last one you got on there? Yeah. You didn't print my pages for me?
No, I didn't.
Thanks. As Tracy said, my name's Joel Turcott. I'm the Director of Recreation and Culture Services for the city, and I've been working a lot with the Friends of Cenovus Energy Hub Committee to raise some funds. And so one of the things we talk a lot about is that Cenovus Energy Hub is really more than just a rink. It's a place, it's where great moments will last. And so we've been really trying to deliver that message. One of the first things we started doing was create sponsorship packages. And as a committee, we came up with a whole lot of packages, and I'm going to show you a slide with all of them. But one of the things we wanted to be important, wanted to make sure we didn't do was we knew some of our elite teams really needed some advertising dollars to fund their teams. And so we were very careful on the places where we selected to make sure that everybody can succeed in this new arena. So one of the things that we've done was the facility naming rights was the first one, and we brought in Cenovus. Thank you very much, Cenovus. It was great dealing with you, and the place will be Cenovus Energy Hub. The next success was Co-op. So Co-op came in, wanted to become the Co-op Community Arena. I don't believe anybody from Co-op is here tonight, but I still think we should do another round of applause for them. Now, we also sell in the lobby stairs. You could tell we have pending, so we do have a future announcement coming real soon here. So we created some lobby stairs, as well as the elevator, which is also pending right now. So you guys will have to hold up a little bit longer to find out, but we have a pending announcement coming there. We're still looking for a sponsor on outdoor arena. So obviously the outdoor arena, you see it. Our total package is valued at $200,000. So what we've been asking our sponsors to do is to pay half the total package up front, which is going to our construction budget, and the other one will be over the next 10 years. Some groups have actually given a little bit more to help with the construction, which is great to hear, but we're still looking for that sponsorship. So if you're interested, feel free to flag me down today. We're also looking for parking lot rows. There is, I believe, 7 parking rows today. And I could tell you just today, we sent a draft for one of those rows today. So another feature pending is coming real quick on one of those rows of the parking lot. We also have meeting rooms. And again, it was just late last week that we've sent a agreement for meeting rooms. So we have yet another pending coming very soon. We are looking for some dressing rooms. So this building has lots of dressing rooms. There are 12 public dressing rooms. That's 6 on each side. And so we were looking for some sponsors to sponsor each of those dressing rooms. As well as we're looking for some water filling stations. I believe there's 5 that are throughout the facility, so hoping to bring someone in for those water filling stations. Finally, we're going to be working on our corporate donor wall. So just like many other facilities, you can see it at the Service Sports Center and many other facilities you go through, there's always a corporate donor wall. And so what we're looking for is donations from corporations to donate to the project. They will end up in our donor opportunity. So we've created some levels. We have friends, supporters, benefactors, patrons, and special recognition. And so we're hoping to find some partners that will help us with the funding there. We've also created an individual donor wall. So the individual donor wall is from $1,000 to $4,999. So I want to make sure this is important to note today, because if you donate $1,000, you're going to get your name on this awesome donation wall. But you can also donate so much every month. And by the time we get to the building of the built, if you've donated $1,000 throughout, then you'll end up on that wall. So you don't have to donate $1,000 at a time. It might be just so much a month. And right on that app that you see on your tables, it will give you a monthly payment if that's what you choose to do. Finally, I just wanted to come up with some upcoming fundraising events that the committee has come up with. So we have a big golf tournament coming up on June 6th. It is selling quickly, so if you're planning on golfing, please sign up. There are some packages out there. And Boyd, where's Boyd? Maybe give a wave. Boyd's the guy that's been heading up the golf tournament, so please have a talk with him. We'll be at Street Fest on June 8th with a booth there. We'll also be at the Construction Association Golf Tournament with on one of the greens to visit there as well. You may have heard Participation. We've done that contest. It's a contest that creates awareness of getting everybody active. The winner is $100,000. Last year, we placed outside the top 20, but the first year we did it, we placed in the top 10 in the nation. So we'll be seeing that coming out quickly, and hopefully we can win there. And we'll also be at the Saskatchewan Country Music Awards on June 20th to 22nd. There are some new events. We have quite a few happening in the fall, so not quite ready to announce what they are yet, but keep open. Again, you could get all this information from the Cenovus Energy Hub events website. Finally, if you want to keep updated on the project, news and updates, we have an email and newsletter. This is the link. We could send it out to everybody as well. All you have to do is sign up. You'll get about a monthly newsletter, and it's good to go. Finally, we're just going to do with the screenshot. Of course, that's the same QR code that's on your table. The other thing I should mention that I forgot to is we are still looking for a couple of people on our Friends Committee. We're down about 2 individuals, so if that's something that interests you, it's a great group of people. Speak to Todd. Todd will talk all about everything that we do. Perfect. That's all I got today. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bill. Do you want these guys now? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So before we take a break, I got to circle back. Okay, what are we doing here tonight? We are launching the online portal. Why is that important? We want to take your money. That's why it's important. But it's so slick. So you scan the code, you get on there, we take your money, you get a receipt automatically. So this is just smooth as can be. You're going to get a receipt for whatever you donate. You can queue it up to donate monthly. You can give a few dollars. So between now and when the arena opens, Don Bowie is promising us a date and a time, like to the minute when this thing's going to open. From between now until that moment, we're going to be running events like this with partners, and that was on the previous slide, right? Where events as they come along, like Boyd's Golf Tournament, that QR code is the smooth way that we're going to get people to be able to donate like this. And that's what we need everybody to watch for, is when you're at an event, that has this connection with the new arena, that's our opportunity to get people involved in the way we're describing. Okay, we're going to take a break now. Okay, that's it.
Yes, we're going to take a little break. And when we come back, we have more speeches, and we're also going to hear firsthand from Joelle and Tracy. But don't go anywhere. We have a lot of speeches yet to come here at Three Trees Tap and Grill.
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
It's more than just taxes at L&A CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at L&A CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. L&A CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
Welcome back to Three Trees here in Lloydminster for the Eat, Greet, and Fill the Seats event. I do want to let you know about Superior Water. Superior Water specializes in nothing but water, and with over 22 years in the business, they're proud and confident that their water and their service is superior. For iron filters, water softeners, reverse osmosis distillers, chlorine removal, and H2S odor removal, give Superior Water a call at 780-875-6636 or visit them on their 57th Avenue location right beside Sheepskin Loft, and stay hydrated with pure, clean water. I drink Superior Water because I like the taste. It is Superior Water. Pleased to be joined with two members of the Friends of the Cenovus Energy Hub Committee. We have Joelle Turcotte, who you just saw speak, and we have Tracy Simpson, who kind of had that microphone issue there. I felt so bad for you up there with the microphone issue. I've had that happen so many times in the past. But it's great to have you guys here. One thing I want to ask about with the fundraising, is there a difference between the donations that come in and the sponsorship, or is that all lined up together in the $8 million that the committee is trying to raise?
I can answer that.
Sure.
Yeah, it's all together in the $8 million. So the $8 million is a combination of donations from individuals, companies, as well as sponsorship.
Tell us about your committee. What have you guys been doing?
Yeah, so our committee's been creating these packages for one thing and going out in the community, selling the sponsorships we have. Those are community members that have been going out, speaking with them. And then also planning this event, planning the golf event. And so really trying to figure out how and what kind of fundraisers to do.
As you go out and you talk to people, what are you hearing? What are they telling you? I saw you have some pending announcements coming up. For example, you were to come on and tell us who the Lobby Stairs sponsorship was.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay, I can't get that out of you. But what has been the what's been the general consensus, and how have you been perceived?
I think people are really excited. That's the people we've talked to are excited about this rink. They're excited to be part of it. They understand what we're trying to build, what we're trying to create, and what kind of things we're trying to build in. And so I see over excitement of the facility.
When you're looking at a potential sponsor and signing them up for some kind of a sponsorship, whether it be the Lobby Stairs or the parking lot that you just mentioned, is there one that you guys think, boy, this one is really going to get a lot of views? If you're a business and you really want to jump on something, nobody's taken this yet, it really stands out for us as a high traffic kind of area.
Yeah. For me, it's the outdoor rink. I think you're going to have some great opportunities for outdoor visual signage, so you don't need to even go in the building to get those eyeballs on your signage. And it's going to be utilized by anyone in the community who wants to go use it. And so it has the opportunity to hit a lot more people than maybe something inside the building.
For you, Joelle, you want to stick with that one, or maybe
I like
highlight
that one too? But I would also maybe give a shout out to the dressing room ones. Not a lot of people think about those, but all those players, all those moms and dads coming in with their kids and the skates, going down those hallways, I think there's a real opportunity there that some people just don't see yet.
Yeah, that one's really good too, because people are going to talk about it. Oh, we're in the X XYZ company's dressing room today.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. When you look at the inclusivity, we saw what happened with the hockey team here in Lloydminster with the Blazers, and how they raised $100,000. What percentage of that helps you make this inclusivity? Like, because you mentioned there's so much to do. How much would you have a number that you have to raise just to make it inclusive for everyone? Because I'm sure that's just a portion of what you need.
Well, I think there's like different parts of how the building's going to be inclusive. There's the things we have to do to meet code, things like handicap accessible dressing room, or parking stalls and washrooms. So those are kind of eaten into the budget that we don't think are extra special. But for the things we do, we think that we're doing above and beyond. It's probably, what do we think, like 10%?
Yeah, maybe.
10, 15%.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That would be over $1 million. Yeah. Do you guys go out to this? Do you guys go out and talk to, you mentioned PCL. Do you go out and talk to them a lot and find out where it's at? And is it running ahead of schedule? It seems to be.
We go out every 2 weeks on site, and so we're out there a lot, getting a look and seeing their progress, which is super fun. We are on schedule, and we had a really great winter, a little bit better than we were expecting. So we gained a little bit of ground, and then the rain came, and so balancing it out a little bit right now.
Right.
Yeah.
But things are going well.
Things are going really well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned a couple events up there. Mm-hmm. You mentioned hosting a Scotties. How serious was that discussion?
Very serious.
Like, people should be, like, I don't want anybody to go, we're getting the Scotties today, but if you were to label it 1 to 10 on the chances that we could get a Scotties, where would you put that number?
An 8.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah. They're very excited about our space. It's comparable to some of the spaces they've been over the last few years that they've had great success in. And they like our market. They know we're a heavy curling community and got a lot of fans here. And the Aztec curling event earlier this year demonstrated that. So I would say they're very serious.
Yeah, I'd say the Scotties is also at the Winsport complex in Calgary, which is a very similar type of arena. So they've mentioned that to us as well, as how similar we are, how good it went in Calgary.
So you're trying to raise $8 million for this alone. Where are you at?
3.25
Okay.
before this event.
Before today.
Before this event.
Yeah.
How much your open event raise tonight? So you had to set a goal tonight to kind of kick things off.
Our goal tonight is really more about making sure that people know that there's this option. I want to make sure that everybody knows that no matter how big of a dollar amount it is, that every little bit counts. And so tonight, I don't know if we had a dollar amount. We've already raised $1,400 tonight, even before we started speaking. And so I think we'll raise a little bit more here, but it's about those challenges and that big network of the community coming together and seeing the success of this place.
The golf tournament's a big one. Tell us about that and how you get involved.
So the golf tournament's on June 6th. You get 18 holes of golf with carts, a steak dinner, great entertainment, and we're going to have a lot of fun out on the course. Joel, can you talk about how you get involved?
Yeah, so Boyd Lang is there. If you go to the Cenovus Energy Hub website, it'll lead you right into where the golf course is, and follow the links, and it'll get you to where you can help.
Anything I'm forgetting to ask before we let you go enjoy some appetizers and
So we're really excited about the project.
And mingle.
Yeah, mingle. Get some money out of some people. If people are interested about the project, check out our website. We got a lot of information on there. As Joel mentioned, the newsletter is a great source of information. You get some construction updates and fundraising updates. And so if anyone has any questions, they can reach out at any time.
Yeah, I would just add that we're still looking for some friends of Cenovus Energy Hub, and if that's something you're interested in, it's a lot of fun, a lot of community good. Just reach out to one of the friends or reach out to myself, and we can have a chat.
Thank you both. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back, and when we come back, we're going to talk to Kent Miller from Cenovus Energy and Mayor Albers.
Jason Arden Associates Cooperators. We're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden and Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
Welcome back to Three Trees for the Eat, Greet, and Fill the Seats event. I want to tell you about BioClean Disaster Services. BioClean Disaster Services is committed, certified, reliable, and they are committed to helping you get your life back. Your possessions are important, your home is important, but what you're really going to miss is that family dynamic, and that's why BioClean Disaster Services is there. Wind, fire, flood, mold, drug cleanup, getting your family back to where you were and keeping you up to date on your renovation project is so important to BioClean Disaster Services. Once again, a local company. You see that they have sponsored the Aquatic Center here in Lloydminster. 1-833-246-8326. Well, we are talking about sponsorships for the new Cenovus Hub and making a community donation. And we have Mayor Gerald Albers with us, and we have from Cenovus Energy, the Director of Operations and Integration and Management and everything. We've got Kent Miller here from Cenovus, and as you know, it's the title sponsor. So here we have a company that has already stepped up. Kent, my first question is, why did Cenovus feel it was important to get involved with this project?
Well, Cenovus has such a significant presence in Lloydminster from a business perspective. We've got operations extending from upstream production to downstream refining and upgrading, and it's all linked together with our midstream pipelines and terminals. And of course, to drive those businesses, we have between 1,500 and 2,000 employees in the community that are working here and playing here. And so, it's just such a vital piece of the business, and we want to ensure that we continue to support the communities where we work and play. So it's.
What did you hear from your employees when Cenovus stepped up? What was the response from your employees?
Oh, absolutely positive. I mean, I've lived here in the city myself for over 17 years, and and I've seen firsthand these types of investments, the benefits that they bring, and I think the rest of our employee base would say the same thing. I mean, they're raising their families here. Our kids are playing hockey, playing ball, attending events, and it's just really going to set the city up well for the long run.
And Gerald, for you, this may be your legacy project. And the fact that it's running on time must mean something.
Well, I thought the wastewater treatment project was going to be my legacy project, and then a couple of years later, we got a curveball when the engineers came through the Centennial Civic Center and said, we have a problem. And when we asked how much is it going to cost to fix the problem, they started quoting some numbers. And the next question was, how long is that going to carry the building? Because we know it's not a young building, right? It's almost to 60 years or approaching that 60 years of age or better. And it just from my perspective and council's perspective, we couldn't see the value of adding money to the old building and buying maybe 10, 15 years of life potentially at the best, maybe even less than that. Yet, do we reach out and tackle a project like this? And I hope this is the legacy. I can tell you in 2016, this was not on my radar, and it soon came onto the radar in 2020. You know, these are the challenges that we have sometimes. We have infrastructure above the ground and below the ground. We hope that below the ground lasts, but we're replacing it. But above the ground, it sometimes does fail and wear out, and is to a point where how much money do you spend of good money to take something that's that age and get you just a little bit longer? I guess it's like anybody that owns a vehicle. You kind of go, when am I going to finally say enough of this? I'm not investing any more in that car or truck because it's nickeling and diming me, and I'm going to have to make the plunge. And in this case, we needed to make a plunge. And it wasn't just as an arena, it's a facility. And then we have people like Cenovus, and thank you very much, Kent, and all the other folks that are starting to step up and say, yeah, we need this facility. And I'll go back to what Jim Senras said earlier tonight here to me. He said, you know, I remember when they built the Vic Juba. There was a lot of people that didn't think we needed the Vic Juba. Would you want to be without the Vic Juba today? I don't think there'd be many people in this city say that Vic Juba was a bad investment. How about the BioClean Aquatic Center? Was that a bad investment? Bud Miller Park, the multiplex, or now known as the Service Sports Center, is still getting, you know, that name. So the Cenovus Energy Hub is going to be with us generation and generation, and I think that's what's huge about it. It is going to be a legacy project for this community, but I never want to say that's the last project, but I hope that we get that one done and we can take a little bit of a breather.
Now, there's going to be people who say, Gerald, my taxes are going to go up. Businesses are sponsoring. We've got the province, the feds have stepped up as well. Why should I step up as an individual and my taxes are going to go up anyway? Why should I be asked to donate more money?
Well, I think the big reason we're asking people to support it is the taxpayers is spread across the entire board. But there's people that are going to have made memories in the Centennial Civic Center and say, hey, I'd like my kids, my grandkids, my great-grandkids, and future stars of various sorts. And it may not be hockey. It could be basketball with the usable court inside on that surface. Could be curling. It could be powwow dancers when we host powwows inside. So there's going to be an opportunity to make stars in so many fronts. Figure skating, curling. So we could see championship curling in this city like we haven't seen with a venue. You know, certainly appreciate what Aztec Safety did and brought it back. But can you imagine having 4,000 people or 3,500 people watching curling in that arena and getting it down to the championship game? Those are the kinds of opportunities that make lasting memories where families can come together, grandparents can share with their grandkids and gather in a place and say, hey, you know, your uncle played here, and the Reddens and the Crosses, and, you know, we go through the list of MacArthur's. I don't know if Sanaforth's made it to the NHL or not, but there's lots of families that perspective. So this is an opportunity for the community to come together and support. Again, Cenovus stepped forward first, co-op, and there's others coming forward. But this really is going to be built on $10, $50, $100 donations. And as Joelle mentioned earlier, if you can afford $10 a month, that would be great. That would be excellent. If you can afford $50 a month, please. If you can afford $100 a month, because it's just like anybody that you start with one can and you go to the recycling depot and all of a sudden you got $50 worth. Then you have $100 worth. A team gets together in the weekend, they raise $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for their hockey team, their lacrosse team, from bottle collecting. That's how this works. So we're going to build on whatever we can start with today, and we've got some building blocks. And I reach out to the corporate community. Like I say, not every company is going to make the commitment that Cenovus did, but I would ask the companies to look at it. The oil and gas industry and agriculture are two of our roots here, and I'm really hoping that those folks see the value. As Ken talked about, people at Cenovus got excited. Can you imagine if you're trying to attract an employee and you say this is what your family can do? You're going to have a lot easier time attracting employees to your community. Taxes, I hate to say it, they are taxes and they are going to go up. Costs are going up, but in the same token, the value of your home will go up. If you look at other communities that aren't growing, things are challenged. We're growing. we still have challenges, but if you're not growing, the challenge is even worse. And you lose a hockey rink in your community and you can't rebuild it, that's like pulling the teeth out. You lose the school, things like that. That's what leads to a downhill slide. And we don't want to be a downhill slide. We want to be going forward and going upwards.
Kent, is there anything you heard tonight from Joelle and Tracy that you thought, like for me, it would have been, hey, there's an opportunity to bring the Scotties here. But was there anything that really struck you tonight listening to the speeches about, 12 dressing rooms and things like that?
I think the big thing for me was just how far-reaching this could be into the community. I mean, you're talking about bringing in those outside events like the Scotties, potential music acts, but even just looking at some of our elite teams, giving them a permanent home to play out of. Great to see the Lakeland Rustlers team included as part of that. That's just fantastic. I myself have 2 daughters that have played hockey, and so I think that's just a great enhancement. And it's just going to help to really bring the community together and provide a great opportunity for kids to participate in the sports.
And Gerald, I've asked you this before, but I know there's people that are going to ask, why a rink? We need a swimming pool too. We need other things. We need a new museum. Why the rink? Why now?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, the Centennial Civic Center, when the building is closed, and I hope we can get the new one open before it's closed, because that's not going to be a decision of this. Well, it will be a decision of the city on the recommendation of an engineer. And once you have a public building and it's no longer able to be used publicly, it's closed. And I'll use the word condemned, because that's what it would be. You cannot have public occupancy. The BioClean Aquatic Center, it's well used. It's in great shape, but it's well used. And I'd love to have been able to build a swimming pool, but all of a sudden you're starting to talk $80 million more. A museum, there's talk in the community, and I know there's people that have asked, and we've said, let's work together and see where that goes at that time. We bought a little bit of time with the lease that we have and the current location for the museum. If the community wants a museum, then the community will build a museum, but we're going to need the community engagement support. We might be doing the same thing as we're doing right now, asking the community to say how much you want to ensure your kids see the heritage of the past. That's going to take some community support for that as well. It may be taxpayer support, and hopefully there's government grants available for that project. So the same with the swimming pool in due time, but it's so hard and it's challenging because of the new facility being multi-purpose as it is. Next to it, other than opening the floor up and making it into a swimming pool, which would have been perfect, but we couldn't. That we're going to get as much use out of that facility as we can. The Centennial Civic Center gets used lots. It's going to be used for an intercity school powwow very shortly in June. But we also know, from what I've been told, and I've seen it a little bit, what happens when we get 3 inches of rain in a hurry, that floor floods because of the design of the structure. It was imperfect. So from that perspective, there's only, if we can make it as useful as we can, it's good value for the money. A swimming pool is challenging because they are the most expensive to operate and they have the least cost recovery, but everybody can use them. I do understand that. But in the same token, as we saw with the Service Sports Center, we built in various pieces. That walking track, Kurt, very well. There's ages from I think they even have them in baby carriers as well as seniors. So we hope to make a facility as usable for as many people as we can each and every time.
Thank you both. Really appreciate your time.
Thanks for being here, Kurt. And again, folks, I really hope you take the time to take a look, think about donating. Any amount is a great start. And as time goes on, we're working towards a goal of $8 million, and we need your help.
Thank you. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to hear from Kent Miller again. He's going to have to do a speech here, and we're going to hear from more guest speakers as well. We'll be back in just a moment.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more, because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
Hello, everyone. Can everyone hear me? Hello. Hey, I'll get everyone's attention. We're giving stuff away. I'm giving stuff away, but I need your attention to do it. Okay, so I've got people maybe have a red. Do you have a red stub that you were given on the way in here? Okay, the first thing we're going to deal with is the first ticket I draw. You're going to get 2 tickets to the banquet at Boyd's fundraising golf tournament on June 6th. So this is 2 tickets to the banquet at the golf tournament on June 6th, and that's going to be the person that has the ticket ending in 356. Anyone got 356? Oh yeah, we got a winner. Woo! I have nothing to give you. So you go see Boyd there, and you'll connect and you'll get the tickets for the banquet from Boyd. All right, that's excellent. Next one is the Lloydminster Museum Archives. We got a $31 5-person pass to the museum. And this is for ticket holder, ends in 355. Oh, we got a winner. Greg Schwenk. Greg Schwenk is the winner. This is Brandy's husband. He was just saying himself that he does belong in a museum, so this is timely. Ha ha ha. Next one, BioClean Aquatic Center, a 1-month pass with a $51 value. That is ticket holder ending in 346. Going once. Oh, yeah. Alicia Miller. There you go. I will give you the, oh yeah, you can keep that, and I'll give you the thingy. Okay, Service Sports Center, a 1-month pass, $57 value. That is ticket number 339. Waylon. Yeah, right there. Congratulations. All right, second last, the outdoor pool. A $100 value for a season pass at the outdoor pool. I have many fond memories of being at the outdoor pool, being dunked as a bullied kid. 342. Outdoor pool. Hey, Sheena. There you go. And then our last prize, tickets, 2 tickets to the Vic Juba Community Theatre on November 13th. Katie Ellis, who does a Taylor Swift tribute, part of the Dr. McDonald season series. Ticket ending in 352. Hey, there we go. There you go.
Thank you.
Congratulations. All right, next we're going to hear from Councillor Michael Diachuk.
All right, hello everybody. Here to try to elbow some money out of you and get some cash out of you, and I'm going to issue a challenge. And before I get to that story that I want to share with you, I want to talk. Really? They got to hear you online.
Oh, gosh, right. Okay, so before I get to it, I want to do 2 plugs real quick. I got on the committee to help with the golf and fundraising after Councillor Buckingham moved off, and the mayor put out a call and he said, anybody's interested to sit on the committee. So I thought, well, I'm going to wait at least a week and a half because by then someone will take it. So I sent my name in and said, sure, if no one's taken it. Within 3 seconds, he said, you're on. So I'm here, and it's been fun. So 2 pieces to the story that are important, in part because I'm on the committee. So I want to acknowledge the work that Boyd Lang's been doing in heading up our golf tournament. You need to chat with them. You need to get online or find out where all information is in it. There's some fun things. We're hoping to do a Happy Gilmore hole. We're hoping to have kind of a putting thing where you pay 10, 20 bucks and you have to putt the ball and hit over the prizes. When you hit it, you win it. So the whole idea behind this is not your high-end, yes, bring your money, but this is more about just getting community out, having some fun, having some golf, and sort of getting things going in the spirit of fundraising for the community and the new Cenovus Energy Hub. One other piece that's really important about Cenovus Energy Hub, so when I volunteered to be on the committee, Councillor Buckingham was registered to be attending a conference in Lake Louise, and it was, what was it, Dion? Is he still here? Recreation, Tracy, what was it?
Alberta Parks and Recreation Conference.
Alberta, anyways, all young bucks and women. I was the oldest freaking guy in the room, and I was like, what am I doing here? They don't need a grandfather here. But anyways, they could party it up pretty good. But the most important part of the evening that I want to share with you is that if you remember the GMC, what's the challenge called? Good Deeds? Oh, Chevy Good Deeds Challenge Cup. We had a young lady and with a team that put a proposal together and got identified with the prize of $100,000. Anyways, the architects who designed Cenovus Energy Hub, TBD, were so impressed with the work that they've done. At the Lake Louise conference, they had the dad who was the coach and the daughter come forward and presented an award to them. They created a scholarship, and the scholarship was to really award the idea and the principles behind the work of the girls that were involved in the team, but most importantly, one of the things they acknowledged in there was that the design for arenas across Canada and North America going forward have been influenced by the work of these young ladies to make sure that it's accessible for all of the sports for those individuals that do need access because they play, what are all the sports? Sledge hockey and if you're a father or a mother and you're in a wheelchair, to be able to get in the back and work in the sound booth or whatever the facilities are there. But the design that the TBD put together because of that work is now being recognized, and it's a game changer. And these people that were involved in it are part of your community, our community, Lloydminster, and those young women and coach deserve a big pat on the back. They made a difference. So thank you. So I'm married. I'm lucky my wife puts up with me. Been a long time. Anyways, and she can't be here tonight, with us tonight. So Bev's at home working. I'm here having fun, I guess. We have 2 kids, moved here in 1998 to live here for 2 years. Longest 2 years of my life. Anyways, we had daughter Jill, son Michael, and both were involved in minor sports as well as playing hockey. The story I want to share with you today to get to the challenge is about my daughter Jill. Had pictures of Patrick Waugh and hockey in her bedroom. Was like, what the hell are we going to do with this kid? She wanted to play hockey. And so she ended up playing bantam hockey and eventually made the team with the PWM Steelers as a goalie. So I got to know Paul a little bit more there because he was a sponsor for the team. Thank you, Paul, for all the years that you've been involved in sponsoring the team and helping him out. I know that team wouldn't be here without you. Thank you. And so when she played with the Steelers, the friendship she made with other players around Irma, Bonnyville, Coal Lake, Vegreville, all around. And so when we'd go on holidays, we went to Watuco, got onto her balcony, got on the balcony, and one of the first things we hear is the girl from the next balcony saying, "Hey, Jill, how are you doing?" So it's just like literally everywhere you go, these friendships that she's made are lifelong friendships. Her playing time with the Steelers led to her going on to play with the Nate Ukes in Edmonton as their goalie. And her first year made the starting rotation, played 5 years with the team there. So in year 1, the team traveled to Sweden, played there Sweden and North, I don't remember all the destinations there. Also went in year 2, I think it was to Vancouver, year 3 to Toronto, in tournaments and got a lot of exposure as a goalie. with that team as well. And so people said, oh my God, she's going to be an Olympic goalie. I said, no, she'd be close, but you know, well, how far away do you think she's from being a goalie? Well, my daughter's about 5'4". I said, about that close. So she's about 6 feet. Likely she'd become an Olympic goalie. But anyways, so she played with the Naydukes for 5 years. The first 2 years, bronze medal. They finished third. And years 3, 4, and 5, they won the championship and gold medal. So she has 3 rings, which are very, very cool. And of course, the jersey and all the rest of the stuff that goes with it. When she was done playing with the Naydukes, she got a call from I can't remember the ladies, and Linda was her name, as the lady who was in charge of women's athletics, that said, Jill, we'd like you to come back and be the president of the Women's Hockey Alumni Association. So anyway, she came home on the weekend and said, Dad, like, you know, what should I do? Do I really need this? And it's a pain and have to give up my time. And I said, Jill, you got to give back. Like, Nate's been really, really good to you. This is an opportunity to network. And she said, all right, I'll do it. What are you going to do? I'm like, oh, crap. And I said, well, I'll run for council. Nobody will ever vote for me. And so I felt pretty safe. Anyways, I'm stuck being on council now in my 8th year, and she did her 3 years, and she's done. So she met her time and left. But anyways, so the point of, I guess, what I wanted to issue the challenge for is that, like, the ride that she had and the opportunities she had were really, really grounded in playing with the Steelers, because she got all this exposure, not only nationally, which ended up bringing her, of course, to play internationally with the Naydukes. And I can tell you that many of the interviews that she's done, in the one interview, when they found out she played for the Ooks and was championship in years 3, 4, and 5, and still had some goalkeeping records with ACAC, by the time she got home, they phoned her up and said, we want to hire you because of your hockey skills, organization, time commitment, et cetera, et cetera. So today, I tried that app where you scan the QR code, and I punched in $1,000 and donated it. So my challenge today is to, if you are a past parent, a current parent, or a future parent of a PWM Steeler, I want you to dig in and donate $1,000, because the opportunities now for women's hockey is better than it's ever been with the professional women's hockey. And it could be your kids, your neighbors' kids, family members that have that opportunity. And guess what? What we want to see happening is in 2025, when the puck drops for the season opener at Cenovus Energy Hub, we can all look back and say we contributed to making that journey together and building the place that it is. It's going to be a wonderful place. I want you to dig in, check that QR code, find whatever you can. If you know someone that's been part of the Steelers, talk to them about it, pass this message on. It's a cause that's worth supporting, and I want to thank each of you for being here tonight. Thank you. What's that, sir?
You me? Yeah. Oh. So on to Glenn. Okay. Like when Councillor Diachuk explained his idea to us in one of our committee meetings, we're like, yeah, that's exactly it. Like, this is the idea. Like, if you've played hockey, you want to get there. The one that I'm thinking of, and we don't talk about enough, is the music part, right? So in the one slide, we're talking about 4,500 people at a concert event in your hometown. That's awesome. Like, I've seen Bob Dylan at the exhibition, right, on the racetrack. I've seen Steve Earle at the Vic Juba. And I'm really excited to see who I see in the new center, right? So I have no original ideas, but I will add then that I'm challenging tonight, and we'll do this for the rest of our fundraising, but I'm going to challenge the professional offices in town. Same concept. You need to give back to the community. So the lawyers and accountants in town, I'm going to pester these guys, and it's the online portal, and we'll take their money. And I think everybody think that's a good thing. Okay, our next person that we're going to talk to, Glenn Stang. Glenn from Synergy Credit Union is going to speak to us.
Thanks, everybody. For those that don't know me, I'm Glenn Stang. I'm the CEO at Synergy Credit Union. And I was asked to come speak to you guys tonight about why does Synergy get involved in so many community organizations, events, and different things. So what a lot of people don't know about Synergy is we're a cooperative financial institution. And what that means is that we value the cooperative principles and the values that make a cooperative great. And cooperatives succeed in communities. They build communities. And we take that very, very seriously on a regular basis. At our office, it's our expectation that our staff will volunteer a minimum of 40 hours a year. And we want them to get engaged in activities within the community that they're passionate about, because when you're passionate about something, it's not work. And the reason why we want them to get involved in the community is so that their ears to the ground. They know what's kind of going on, and they bring those opportunities back to the office, and it gets us to be engaged earlier so that we can make sure that there's success in some of those projects. In addition, we share our success. So every year we share 35% of our pre-tax profits with our members, our staff, and our communities. And we target things that are really focused on education, health, social well-being, and the fourth pillar, it's going to escape me right now. But we focus on it because, again, it helps build, those 4 pillars are really what helps build vibrant, solid, sustainable communities. And when the communities succeed, so does every one of us in this room. And we just continue to build stronger and thriving communities. So we're really excited about this project. I was sharing with Dion earlier tonight. I love the name, Energy Hub. Why do I love the name Energy Hub? Sorry, Cenovus, but I want to focus just on the energy part, is because arenas in our history have been the center of every event in communities in our history, right? You can go to every small town, go to the Centennial Year, all those hub arenas that now need replacing, right? And many of us lived in those arenas. I coached hockey for 17 years. I know the outside as well as the inside of many of them, not being proud of that fact, but it's just the way it kind of goes. Anyways, we are going to get behind this project. There'll be an announcement coming out soon. And I would encourage everybody in the small business sector to give consideration to donate. And when I get home tonight, because this is a slick thing, I'm going to talk to my wife about our donation. We have 8 grandchildren. And so I know all of my kids live local. The grandkids are going to be local. And I'm excited for them to be able to put their blades to that. And maybe another challenge for us is, as the Jays were wrapping up their game tonight, and they haven't been on a good winning streak lately, but I love their outfield hug when they win. So maybe when the Cenovus Energy Hub is built, maybe one of the things we can do is a world record hug on the main floor of the arena. So something to aspire to. So anyways, yeah, I don't know if you need anything more from me or not.
That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll get to our last speaker, and I'm thinking, how do I know Kent Miller? How did I meet this guy? And it's my kids' minor hockey. So there I am a few years ago. I'm in a rink built like we're describing, the previous facilities. It's volunteer effort and donation. It's the multiplex. And I remember the great times we had. Kent was our head coach, and my daughter had a wonderful year. So from Cenovus, Kent Miller.
Thanks, Todd. Yeah, so thanks everyone for having me here tonight. For those who don't know me, my name is Kent Miller. I'm Director of Operations Advisory with Cenovus Energy, based out of Lloydminster here. And I've lived here for just over 17 years, and Lloydminster really has become home to us. And I'm just here tonight to talk a little bit about this fantastic facility that we're planning to build, or is being built. So as the name sponsor, so we saw already tonight, Cenovus is investing $5 million into this facility. So this funding is going to contribute both to the capital investment of the physical construction of the building, as well as to the development of some inclusive programming for the people both within the city of Lloydminster and across the region. We're going to be using the Cenovus Energy Hub for its various facilities. So this is actually the largest donation that Cenovus has made to the community. And it really showcases our long-term commitment. It really showcases our long-term commitment to Lloydminster, a place where we've operated Cenovus plus our legacy Husky company for over 80 years. So it's been a long time here in the community, and hoping to be here a lot longer. Like I said, I've been here for over 17 years, and I'll share a little story. I remember when I got hired at the upgrader. I came here, I did my interview, I got a job offer, and I had relatives that lived in town, and so I asked them, what should I go check out in Lloydminster? And they said, you need to go check out the new sports center that's been built. And so I drove over, and the Service Sports Center had only just been opened up, and walked in, and I was amazed at the facility there, and very excited, because at the time our kids were young. I knew that they would have the opportunity to grow and to utilize a facility like that. And the Cenovus Energy Hub is going to be just another piece of the Lloydminster community for future generations. So it's very exciting to be a part of. Like I said, Lloyd is an extremely important piece of Cenovus's overall business. We have all facets of oil production and processing right here in this city. So we've got upstream production, we've got downstream refining, upgrading, and it's all connected through our midstream pipelines and terminals. And as part of that, we've got over 1,300 employees that are supporting or working in those facilities and making sure that they're run safely and efficiently every day. But of course, when they're not working, they're playing, and they're a part of the community. They're raising their families, and having this the Cenovus Energy Hub as part of the community is only going to help to keep that moving forward. So, Cenovus really does truly believe in investing in the regions where our people work and where they want to raise their families, and it's initiatives like these that will really help to develop our youth and I would say build a resilient community for the future. Just in closing here, I'd say it's a much needed project for Lloydminster, and that will foster year-round community engagement. And Cenovus is extremely proud to be a part of it, together with our strong partnership with the City of Lloydminster. So with that, thanks again for having me here tonight, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
That's it. That's it. We've reached the end. Thanks to everybody that's here tonight. It's been awesome. It's kind of a fun night. Thanks again to Cenovus and Kent Miller, and we can't overstate the importance of their leadership and getting this all going. Also, the Lloyd Co-op and Peter Brown and their contribution, Glenn and the Synergy Credit Union. The City of Lloyd has been wonderful with all of this. All of the people that I've dealt with on our committee, everyone's awesome. And as kind of the community volunteer side, like Boyd and Brandy and the others that are volunteers in our committee, like, it's wonderful to see the people that work for your municipality that have your best interest at heart, and they do here. It's awesome. Thank you very much to Jim and the Three Trees people. This has been awesome. Thank you for hosting. And thanks to Kurt Price, the consummate host. This has been awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Well, we're not done here yet. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to visit with a couple of more people that you heard speak, including Glenn Stang.
It's more than just taxes at LNA CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at LNA CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. LNA CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden and Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with a Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
Welcome back to Three Trees. We are here for the Eat, Greet, and Fill the Seats event. But first I want to tell you about Wellings of Lloydminster. Wellings of Lloydminster is now offering 1 or 2 bedroom gorgeous villas for those that are 55 and over. If you haven't taken a tour yet of Wellings Lloydminster, you absolutely should. It's a new way of living that has come to Lloydminster. You're still going to have your independence. You're still going to be making your own food. You can have a pet if you want. 2 bedroom villas come with garages. You have that choice, and they're deep enough that you can have a workbench in them as well. They're big enough where you can have people come over and visit with you. Big, beautiful picture windows, beautiful appliances and backsplashes, high ceilings, in-floor heating, and they're building a clubhouse right now. Modern living for those 55 and over has finally arrived in Lloydminster. Wellings of Lloydminster, 780-872-8537. Call Darlene and take the tour. I'm excited to be joined by the president of Synergy Credit Union here in
CEO.
CEO. Okay, it's not president and CEO. It's
just CEO.
Just CEO. Okay.
Yeah.
CEO of Synergy Credit Union, right. Glenn Stang, who has never been on the program. I can't believe that. Can't believe we never had you on the show. And of course, Councillor Michael Diachuk is here as well. Let's start with your pledge, Michael. You challenged people to the $1,000 to donate. Anybody that's been a parent of a player that's played or is going to play for the PWM Steelers. Why did you feel you needed to do that?
Well, part of this was when I looked at the benefits and opportunities that my daughter had playing with the Steelers. It is phenomenal that she was able to get involved with hockey at that level here locally, and then secondarily then play 5 years with the NAIT Oops, and then stay on for another 3 years as the president of the NAIT Women's Hockey Alumni Association. Those opportunities all came from being part here in NAIT. And I think those are opportunities that shape people's lives, and I think in part what I'm really proud is to see her give back, and I'm proud to give back and recognize, you know, all the good stuff that sort of comes to that when having your kids involved in these kind of sports and activities.
$1,000 is a lot. That's a big pledge. Would you just welcome anything?
Absolutely. You know what? I recognize that my wife and I are able to make the donation, and we're glad to do so. But I think again, we're asking everybody to, whatever you can afford. I think there are options available where you can make a monthly donation if you're not looking at making one big lump sum. But I think part of what we're trying to do with this project, if you like, is that the more people we engage in through either donation process or volunteering and helping out, I think the greater the energy is around it, and it's a project that the community owns. It's not the city council's project, or it's not the leader of the fundraising project. Everybody who's contributed and given a piece of their time and energy and money becomes part of it. And I think in the end, when it's completed, all of us can look at pride at the facility and say, I'm part of that. I made that happen. And I think that's really the important part of this, is the civic pride that comes out of becoming involved in this.
Glenn, you said something very interesting. You said that, kind of stay tuned from a Synergy Credit Union point of view. Now, a lot of people could take that and just say, Synergy's going to donate I don't have to. But you said something very interesting. You said, I'm going to look at the QR code and I'm going to look at me. Yeah, I want to know why you don't just say, I work for Synergy. Synergy is going to make a contribution. Why do you feel the need to make a personal contribution as well?
Because I live and work and play in this community, and I feel that I owe this community something for the time that I've been here. And I look that I've got grandkids coming up, and I'm hoping that they make this home. And so again, it's a pay it forward into the future for them, right? We moved here in 1997. It seems like not that long ago, but this is home. All three of our kids are here, and they're now all married. They all have grandchildren. I have 8 grandbabies, right? And it's pretty cool. And just to think that the economy will continue to thrive and give them job opportunities so that they can stay home and maybe take care of me as I get older. I just think that's so important. And that's incumbent on all of us to do our part to help build vibrant, strong, sustainable communities.
I do want to ask you, because you volunteer in the community as well, when you guys are looking for something to sponsor, why, and you haven't yet, so I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but why the Cenovus Hub?
We would sponsor the Cenovus Hub because we see it as a key driver in economic development, which is one of our key pillars. So I couldn't remember the 4th pillar. So I said earlier it's around education, health, social sustainability, and economic development. So we see that as being a real factor. As you know, we're pretty involved with all of the schools. And so when I get out to the schools and I get to visit the athletics programs that all the schools have, and I wish I had better statistics for you, Kurt, but the scholarship that these kids are getting now to these elite schools and to better their education, and again, they come home with different views of the world and different creativity and different innovations. That's going to help us build a stronger, vibrant community in the future. And I even got excited today talking with Michael, because he started talking about we got to start promoting the region, not just the city, right? And then I threw in my 2 bits that maybe we have to fight the deurbanization, right? Because our quality of life out here in smaller communities versus the big city is second to none. And we could help the nation solve housing crises issues and different things if people just stop to look at what we have to offer in small communities.
So I do want to ask you, Michael, there's been a comment online that the city has lost its vision on the community necessities. What would you say to that? For somebody watching tonight who says that online, who says that you've lost vision on community necessities.
Wow. I think everybody has their own opinion, I think, of what's important in a community. When we're on council, I think one of the things we have to look at is, all the elements. We don't just look at the streets and the water and the sewer, and we are responsible for recreation. We are responsible for ensuring that, not only the arenas, but the parks and the pools and all those pieces are there. And there's a good reason why they're there. We know that I was involved with the drug strategy when we initiated it, and one of the most important pieces they talked about is that, you need to build assets in your community so that when youth grow up, they have activities to be engaged in a positive way. So every one of those pieces we talk about in terms of arena, whether you're playing lacrosse or soccer, or you're playing in the field house where you're playing volleyball or pickleball, every one of those are assets where we can find something positive and productive to play in a healthy way. So those are the pieces that help shape our community. So here we are today, and in council today we talked about, the issue of homelessness and mental health issues that are involved in, and addictions that are involved in it. It's not a real simple solution that goes on in there, but the part that we do know is that what do we control in all of this? And part of what we do control is those opportunities where we can engage people through all ages, so they have that opportunity to go be healthy physically as well as mentally. Everybody, I think, will differ on their opinion, and I think part of what we see is that we have to cater to that whole spectrum of what's available in the community. And I know that in talking to people who are interested in developing in Lloydminster, and I go with our economic development team, and certainly when I was at the school division, we met with doctors, and they would say, what do you have to offer in your community? And I was really proud to share that we had 3 school divisions. We have, the recreation facilities that we did. We have an arts community. All those pieces that we have. And they went, you have that all here in Lloydminster? Yes, we do. And that's what attracts people to our community. was chatting with a fellow from Cenovus here, and he was talking about some folks looking at the community going, well, you know, really there's not much going on here. You don't have an arts community, you don't have dinner theater, you don't have this. But when you start unpacking all the things that are available for your kids, for you as an adult, and for just to get together socially, those opportunities, we're a rich community in that regard. I don't know which piece to pull out, because if we pull one piece out, I can assure you that, you know, there's probably 100 people behind me that are saying, no, you need to keep it in there. And that goes not just for arenas, but it goes for every one of the facilities that we're responsible for in the city. So I don't know if it's I wouldn't say it's a loss of vision. I think everybody has their own vision of what the community is, and I guess would certainly be prepared to talk with anybody else, or anybody who wants to talk more about that. But I believe in this project. This is, you know, first off, we need to replace the Civic. Its days are numbered. Then we need to replace it, and we have an opportunity to build something and make it something a little more. And that's why people like Cenovus and Synergy and other community members are stepping up. They're not seeing this as a loss of vision in the community. We don't see it as a loss of vision in the community. So when you have that kind of support from the business community, I think we're doing okay.
Does that, when you speak to that about, you know, supplying, you know, having something that supports when a doctor says, why would I want to come to your community? Does that speak, Michael, to making this a first-class facility as to making a shell? I think some people will say, well, sure, we need a new arena, but we could just make a shell. Why do we have to have all this fancy stuff in it?
Well, I think there's two parts to that. And I think part of it is that when I've talked to people, and I'll use my own experience as well, when I go, you know, if I buy this vehicle and I don't get the power windows, or I don't get this, you know, I'll save $100 and I'm still going to make my payments. And 5 years later I go, boy, was I an idiot not to get those other features in there, because I had one shot at it to do it. Because we see in other projects, not just within our city but elsewhere, that when people just settle for something because they want to get it done, they often have regrets, and there's lots of those. But I think the other part that's even more important than that is to recognize that this project is not a project for today, it's a generational project. The needs of today are just the needs of today. We have decades of needs that are coming ahead. We're looking at a growing city. We're looking at opportunities that we haven't even imagined. We know that our folks are at the Sports Congress. Curling people want to come here and host. We know that the Pinties want to come back because they won't come back to the old Civic because of the drooping archway and so on and so forth. So there are those opportunities that many people aren't aware of. So it's building the shell would not give us all of those other opportunities. It would give you a shell. And I think, you know what, if the vision is just the shell, then yes, you'll have another Russ Robertson, or yes, you'll have an Archie or whatever else. And I don't think that's what anybody, I think, in the community was telling us.
You have 8 grandbabies here, Glenn. Does what he's saying make sense to you as a professional?
Yeah, it does. You know, it's all of these things help to attract people, and it just kind of grows the economy, right? So everybody kind of benefits. I do understand the concepts, though, where sometimes we need to do more on the bare necessities, especially those people that maybe can't afford certain areas. And again, we have great volunteer organizations in town like Kids Sport and a few other things that do their part, you know, to help engage. So I think, again, sometimes it's just a matter of, you know, understanding the vision and kind of getting behind it. But at the end of the day, it's building vibrant, sustainable communities. That gets everybody excited. You know, I even look back this last year, it wasn't mentioned, but look at Lakeland College. All of their sports teams made, you know, their nationals, right? And I started thinking about what are the opportunities within that weren't mentioned there again too, to host, you know, a national conference or something like that. Like, your imagination can start to run, and it just helps to grow the vibrancy of our business community and the community. And again, small business supports all of those bare essential services that are so necessary to everybody. Doesn't matter what walk of life you're coming from.
Is there a certain feature of the building that you're excited about?
Of the building?
I'm trying to get out of you what Synergy's going to sponsor. Sort of.
I don't know. It'll come. Don't worry, Kurt. But again, we value, like I said, getting involved in communities and, you know, knowing where the direction's going, getting behind it with our people and their volunteer hours, and then where we can with some money. It's not always a lot of money, but it's some money. It's our way of contributing. And again, I'll go home with this postcard. I'll post it on Yammer, and hopefully we'll see some of our teammates, you know, give their own small contributions, right? And I'll go home tonight and I'll ask Gene, you know, so to, you know, thinking of Michael's challenge. That's $100 per grandkid, Jeannie and me. That's $1,000. You know, but maybe we can do a bit better. We'll see.
All right.
Anything I'm forgetting to ask you that you'd like to add?
Oh gosh, I think we covered a lot of ground. I think the piece that for me and why I was prepared to do this is because of the impact it's had on my own daughter and family in terms of those opportunities.
You spoke very well to that.
And they're life-changing opportunities. They're not, I went on a weekend camping trip. This has shaped her life in terms of what's out there. I don't want to underscore, I don't want to undersell or not. I want to make sure we highlight the work of the young ladies that were involved in the Chevy Good Deeds Challenge. I think the fact that those women changed the design of arenas going forward in North America, and TBD Architects, our architects recognize that with a scholarship. So future arenas will have this model to look forward to. So sledge hockey, parents who are, mobility challenges can access and be part of the action. I mean, the reality is we know we're living longer, and God knows, I may need a walker or a wheelchair as I get older. I will still be able to get into that facility and watch and support. If they want me to work the box or the score clock or whatever it is, I can get in there and do that. So we're opening doors with this facility in a way that I think people can't even imagine, because it's not something that we see or feel or experience. But I can tell you that at that Congress that I was at Lake Louise, it was emotional when the daughter of Brian spoke and gave the award. I saw the look on the young lady's face and the parents' face in terms of really just sort of soaking all that in, is that they're shaping where the world is going, and those opportunities don't come around too often. And when they do, you have to really take advantage of it. And I really think that's kind of what I see here as well, is that the experiences we've gathered and what we're going to build will take advantage of opportunities going forward, many of which we have no clue about even. I just think, Lloydminster has a group of entrepreneurs that they hustle, they work hard, they don't give up, and they come back up swinging and keep doing stuff. And that's kind of the history of our community. When you look at the ups and downs through the oil patch, and they come up stronger than they were last time. And I think it's that kind of resilience within our community that we're tapping into tonight. We're going to tap into going forward. And I think when people see and feel and get inside that center, they'll go, wow.
Thank you both. Really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
We're going to take one more break, and when we come back, we're going to tell you how you can get involved.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
Welcome back to Three Trees, where we have had a fantastic night. It has been a night of eats, and it's been great to meet some people. So it's the eat, greet, and fill the seats. And in fact, they had some seats here that were examples of what we're going to see when we get into the Cenovus Energy Hub. I asked Joel to come back on one more time because I just want to make sure people know how to contact you, Joel. If they're looking at a sponsorship, they've seen something tonight and they say, you know what, I do want to get involved. How do they get involved in this?
Yeah, absolutely. So best place to go always is a website. You can even Google Cenovus Energy Hub, bringing it right to the city's website. There's all sorts of contacts, all sorts of emails. Send me something. You can call me personally. My phone number, I'm sure you can find. My email, and we'll get you started for sure.
And Todd Kirkpatrick is the chairman of the Cenovus Hub Fundraising Committee. Why would you want to take that on?
grew up in Lloyd, and I've been a part of, like I played minor hockey in the Archie Miller, and I've seen concerts in the Civic Center, and was young when the multiplex was built, and I'm just kind of the age where, to get stuff built in town, you got to get involved a little bit. I was lucky enough to be a part of the 2016 RBC Cup committee, and I really enjoyed that. We had a really great committee for that, as we do now. We got an awesome committee, so I wanted to get involved. And when we got together first as a committee, awesome city people that we're dealing with, and I wound up being asked to be the chair of it, and it's been wonderful. It's been as rewarding as you would expect to get involved and see the community come together like we have so far, and just the excitement of the first events that are there. And mine, like I keep saying, is a concert. I cannot wait for the first concert of my tastes, whatever I'm looking forward to, and when it comes along, it's going to be great to see.
What's the response been like for you? You're out on the front lines asking people to donate. What's it been like?
Really positive. There was, I think, a really strong community sense from when the Service Sports Center was built, that people understood if there's going to be a new arena, there's going to be personal money donated. The response grew enormously when Cenovus announced its major sponsorship of the arena, and the attitude they've had, and Kent Miller spoke to it tonight, the idea that this is the largest single donation Cenovus has ever made, and they see this awesome value in putting money into our community. And I think as individuals and business owners, you can't help but feel then that responsibility to do what you can, and to, like Councillor Diachuk did tonight, to say, I'm challenging all the minor hockey families, let's do $1,000 each. And I'm going to be the same with the professional offices, the lawyers and accountants. I think it might be more than $1,000 each, and that's going to be the challenge, is to give back in the way that it deserves.
I want to ask you something about, being a professional here in Lloydminster. Growing up in Lloydminster, you talked about using the outdoor pool. Mr. Diachuk talked about how he sees this as something that will draw more professionals to our community. Do you see it that way from your standpoint?
Oh, absolutely. Like, we know in the communities around us, and you don't have to pick on communities or name names, but smaller towns have dried up around us, and Lloydminster has grown as a hub. And that's in the name of the new arena. And oh, absolutely. And there's momentum. The development in the town in the last few years has been wonderful. I think you look back to the Service Sports Center, like it helped drive it. And there's no doubt, like it's that next step forward in the evolution of, can we attract people that'll make the community grow in the right way? And that's it. Professionals will come to our community. We know that with any profession in town. And now I would say there's probably a labor shortage, but absolutely, it puts us that next step ahead where Cenovus as an employer, or the Lloydminster Co-op, or Synergy, if they want to recruit somebody to come to Lloydminster and they've never been here, and you show them what's here now, they're coming, and when you show them this arena in 2 years, it's even bigger and better, and I can't wait to see it happen.
Thank you both. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt. This is wonderful.
Thank you. I want to thank the City of Lloydminster for having us here tonight, and Jim from Three Trees as well, for being such a great host, and all of our guests that we've talked to tonight as well. And I encourage you to get involved. I will be getting involved financially. I'll be making a donation myself, and I really appreciate all of the guest speakers that we've had tonight, and we appreciate you tuning in as well. We're back with you tomorrow morning, and tomorrow morning is a special day. It is a CAA Move Over Day, and what that is, that's for tow truck drivers, and we're going to talk to a tow truck driver from Lloydminster who's involved in a major collision on one of our highways, one of our side streets actually, on 12th Avenue, I believe, 12th Street actually, here in Lloydminster. Gary Burnham is going to join us tomorrow, and we're going to find out how he is doing, and we're going to talk to owner of Midway Towing here in Lloydminster as well about safety on our highways. That's coming up tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., and we'll be broadcasting live from the new Lloydminster Nissan.